So today we're going to read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Chapter 5, Part 2. Advice from a Caterpillar. That is not said right, said the Caterpillar. Not quite right, I'm afraid, said Alice timidly. Some of the words had got altered. It's wrong from beginning to end, said the Caterpillar decidedly, and there was silence for some minutes. The Caterpillar was the first to speak. What size do you want to be? It asked. Oh, I'm not particular as to size, Alice hastily replied. Only one doesn't like changing so often, you know. I don't know, said the Caterpillar. Alice said nothing. She had never been so much contradicted in her life before, and she felt that she was losing her temper. Are you content now? Said the Caterpillar. Well, I should like to be a little larger, sir, if you please, said Alice. 3 inches is such a wretched height to be. It's a very good height indeed, said the Caterpillar angrily, rearing itself upright as it spoke. It was exactly 3 inches high. But I'm not used to it, pleaded poor Alice in a piteous tone. And she thought to herself, I wish the creatures won't be so easily offended. You'll get used to it in time, said the Caterpillar, and it put the hookah into its mouth again and began smoking again. This time Alice was waiting patiently until it chose to speak again in a minute or two. The Caterpillar took the hookah out of its mouth and yawned once or twice and shook itself. Then it got down off the mushroom and crawled away in the grass, merely remarking as it went, one side will make you grow taller, and the other side will make you grow shorter. One side of what? And the other side of what? Thought Alice. Of the mushroom, said the Caterpillar, just as if she had asked it aloud. In another moment it was out of sight. Alice remained thoughtfully looking at the mushroom for a minute or two, trying to make out which were the 2 sides of it. And it was perfectly round. She found this a very difficult question. However, at last she stretched her arms around it as far as they would go and broke off a bit of the edge with each hand. And now which is which? She said to herself, and nibbled a little of the right hand a bit to try the effect. The next moment she felt a violent blow underneath her chin. It had struck her foot. She was a great deal frightened by this very sudden change, but she felt that there was no time to be lost, as she was shrinking rapidly. So she set to work at once to eat some of the other bit. Her chin was pressed so close against her foot that there was hardly room for her to open her mouth. But as she did it at last, she managed to swallow a morsel of the left hand bit. Come, my head's free at last, said Alice in a tone of delight, which changed into alarm in the other moment, when she found that her shoulders were nowhere to be seen. All she could see when she looked down was an immense length of neck, which seemed to rise up like a stalk out of a sea of green leaves that lay far below her. What can all this green stuff be? Said Alice. And where have my shoulders gone to? And oh, my poor little hands! How is it I can't see you? She was moving them about as she spoke, but no result seemed to follow except a little shaking among the distant green leaves as she tried to get her head down to them, and was delighted to find her neck would bend about easily in any direction, like a serpent. She had just succeeded in curving it down into a graceful zigzag, and was going to dive among in the leaves, which she found to be nothing but the tops of the trees under which she had been wandering, when a sharp hiss made her draw back in a hurry. A large pigeon had flown into her face and was beating her violently with its wings. "Serpent!" screamed the pigeon. "I am not a serpent," said Alice indignantly. "Let me alone." "Serpent, I say again," repeated the pigeon, and added with a kind of sob, "I've tried every way, and nothing seems to suit them." "I haven't the least idea what you're talking about," said Alice. "I've tried the roots of trees, and I've tried the banks, and I've tried the hedges," the pigeon went on, without attending to her. "But those serpents, there's no pleasing in them." Alice was more and more puzzled, but she thought there was no use in saying till the pigeon had finished. "As if it wasn't enough trouble hatching the eggs," said the pigeon, "but I must be on the lookout for serpents night and day. Why, I haven't a wink of sleep these 3 weeks." "I'm very sorry you've been annoyed," said Alice, who was beginning to see its meaning. Thanks guys for listening. Until next time, it was me, Mira. Bye bye.